will officially kick off this episode, which is welcome everybody to the 2025 football year-end review. All right, I am here joined by my esteemed panel. We got Hamza, Mr. TFE from a Chelsea perspective. We got Max Saeed, Arsenal representative, and we got Nikhil Singh on the cup, Liverpool representative. First, I'll introduce Mr. Hamza. Mr. Hamza, how are we feeling? It's the end of 2025. How are we feeling?
Great year, 2025. What a great year. So I'm excited to run through all these teams. Obviously, this weekend's not been great from a Chelsea perspective, but we move past that and we'll look at this whole year as a holistic point of view. So yeah, excited to run through this one.
100%. Mr. Max Saeed, another good year. Would you say more steps moving forward for Arsenal? How was the 2025 Chitty TV so far?
Well, it's been good. It's just that it's feeling a bit mundane, but it's been good for the last 3 years. The same type of, let's say, I don't even know how to say it. Last 3 years, basically, it's been the same. It's much improved from years before, but yeah, we take it from now and go on.
100%. And then Mr. Singh on the cup, Nikhil, how are we doing?
Stuff. I think the right word I'll use is a roller coaster, starting off high, low, back high again. I mean, from a Liverpool perspective and then a South African perspective, it's been good. It's been low, but it's been good again. So it's just been a inconsistency, but currently, good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Listen, we are going to be talking about club football. There wasn't any massive tournament midway through 2025. There wasn't any Euros, if I'm not mistaken, but there was a Nations League. So I think just to shout out the nation, Portugal did win the Nations League. So fair enough. Shout out Portugal. Was there any other massive international tournament I'm forgetting?
Yeah, I think there is a big, massive international tournament that you are forgetting. Yeah. But we can wait to get into that point.
But the AFCON is still going to end in 2026.
Yeah, so it's where the biggest clubs fight against the other biggest clubs, not just in Europe, not just in Asia, but across the whole world.
I think it's talking about the
Club World Cup. I believe that's the name of it. It's the FIFA Club World Cup. I think that's a huge international tournament.
Oh, that's club football. Yeah, that's still club football.
Yeah, but don't forget.
Okay. No, fair enough. But that was occupying what was meant to be it's basically a pre-season for the 25-26 season. But you know what, Chelsea fans will hype it up more than it needs to be. Actually.
Hear my man.
What I will be doing, guys, on TikTok, if you guys want to actually see the visuals, you can head over to the Corner Flags YouTube channel because I will be showing a tier list. So what we're going to be doing is there's going to be a whole bunch of clubs. We're going to be talking through each one by one and then just ranking them on this tier list. So what I will do for the boys on YouTube right now is share the screen so that they can see the tiers. But I'll talk you guys on TikTok through the tiers as well. So let me just get it up right here. Create a tier. Here we go. The tiers are as follows. We got first on the tier list as goated season. Then we have second on the list as decent, right? Tell them again, it's decent, right?
Decent.
It's decent. And then sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bleep.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Okay, never mind. Don't bleep that shit. Okay. And then last on the tier list is Bunda season, like a terrible season. Okay. So obviously there's a whole bunch of clubs. The first club we're going to be talking about is Chelsea. Where did Chelsea fit on this tier list? Did they ever go to? Okay, I said season, right? But it's a goated year.
Goated year. So let's just clarify that for the people as well, that we're looking at a goated year, not just the season. We know that the season ends and started within this year. So for 2025 as a whole, how was it on this tier list? Let us know in the chat as well, guys, what you guys think. We're starting off with Chelsea, if you just joined, and let us know between these, what do you think? I don't know if you want to run it through them one more time. Nawaz, for the people that are still on TikTok, not on YouTube, to see it.
For the people on TikTok, the tiers, we have 4 tiers only. So we're going to be talking, obviously, about some of Europe's biggest clubs and some notable clubs. But where do these clubs fit on this tier list? Do they fit into goated year? Do they fit into decent? Do they fit into sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit?
Sure.
or the effort into Banter season. 4 tiers, nothing too crazy. But right now we're talking about Chelsea. Where does Chelsea fit in there? So I'll open the floor to man like TFE. Where do you think Chelsea fit in this?
For the people in the chat, just to make it easy, just put S, A, B, or C. So S is top, A is second, B is third, C is whatever, right? Just to make it easier for you. But to talk about Chelsea, I mean, in terms of across the whole year, we started the season having ended the title race, right? So January was basically where we were out of a title race, you know? And then on the back of that, we had a poorish January to March, a very good March to, I mean, even August, right? And then a decent September and October, and then a poor November, December. In that time, obviously, we became Conference League champions, which meant that we won it all, right? And then when they changed the name for the Club World Cup into the Intercontinental Trophy, right, which meant that we hadn't actually won it all after 2 months of winning it all, we then won everything again. We won the Conference League, we won the Club World Cup, and we won it convincingly, to be honest, right? People complain about the weather, people complain about X, Y, and Z, people complaining about Chelsea bringing in players, losing players mid-tournament, and we still dominate the best club side that we've seen since probably 2015 Barcelona. So for me, I think Chelsea, for that reason, has to go at the top of decent, right? Because we won the Conference League, which we should have won, right? But then we also won the Club World Cup, beating all the best teams in Europe. Every single one of the best teams in Europe at that point. We're talking Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid. All those teams were in this competition. Obviously, Liverpool and Arsenal weren't in there because they haven't been great in Europe over the last 5 years. But yeah, for me, I think this year has to go. Actually, I won't say top of decent. I'll say middle of decent.
I was thinking, should I even maybe make a separate tier between goated year and decent? Like a good
no, I
year,
think we can just order them. We can just order them. Like if they're in decent, like who's at the top of decent? Just to make it easy.
I think keep it simple. When it comes to goated, we can maybe say top of goated, like right at the top, middle, or bottom of goated. And I think for decent, as Hamza said, I think he was going at the top of decent, so the closest it can be to goated. But
yeah, I would say middle of decent. Yeah, I would say middle of decent. It is what I would say. I mean, we can revisit it at the end, but yeah, I would say middle of decent.
I'll agree also. I think Chelsea probably do sit in decent. The Club World Cup is really what puts it there, because if you just won the Conference League and you'll have the current season you'll have now, or the current year you'll have now, it's a bit of a meh 2025. But the Club World Cup probably takes it there to a decent year.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I agree.
I don't know about meh 2025. We had poor patches, but yeah, that Club World Cup really takes it over the edge. And unlike some other teams on this list that played well but didn't actually win anything, well, we went out and won the big one. So yeah, and this was the year that we won it all, right? And we're the only team in world football that can say we've won it all. So
I mean, it's not really a good thing. It was a flex to win the small trophies. But okay.
Obviously, my man's a hater, yeah, because his team didn't even make it to the Club World Cup, and he had 4 years to make it to the Club World Cup. He didn't take a single one of those opportunities. So obviously, my man's gonna be a hater. But yeah. Anyway,
I just think that qualification was a bit stupid. The Chelsea team that made you qualify weren't even there, bro.
it's fine. Well, I mean, we won the Champions League. So where was your Champions League over the last 4 years? Just asking, bro. Probably, just asking. And you weren't even higher than RB Salzburg in the coefficient. You've been so bad in Europe over the last 4 years. You weren't even higher than RB Salzburg.
No, we were.
No, you weren't, because you wouldn't be there.
They had to be a lover for the amount of British teams. That's why.
Bro, you went higher than them in the coefficient. You weren't there. You know what I mean? You weren't there. And what do you mean British teams? There was what? Who was there? City and Chelsea. Who else? Which other British teams were there? No, don't even bring the British teams up.
No, I think there was only 2 allowed. I think it was only 2 allowed.
If you were that good, they would have bent the rules for you. Is all I'm saying. But anyway,
maybe Chelsea paid.
Yeah, maybe. But I think
Arsenal. Wait, is that Arsenal talking? Is that Arsenal talking?
But I think it probably was better. It was better for them than was, because if Chelsea had to play Liverpool in that final, we know how they do. So it's better that they won the trophy. They're happy with it.
No, you guys haven't even made it to the final of a single competition in Europe over the last 4 years, and you think you're going to make it to the final of the Club World Cup? Yeah, you might have done it in that final, but you wouldn't even have made it to that final. Yeah,
but we did only like 2 finals in 2 years. So I mean, imagine how much more you'd be gloating.
What happened against PSG?
How much more you'd be gloating then? if you want those trophies as well, there wouldn't be a tiny trophy then. If you glaze in, I mean, what Spurs won an Audi Cup. I mean, how far off is that? So I think if Chelsea won, it's good. They got the 2 trophies. They got the Conference League. They've got their what's it called, Intercontinental WWE Championship trophy as well against PSG.
Don't do Uzi like that,
You're
bro.
doing a tactic. Okay.
But they deserve to be in decent, at the top of decent. They got the trophy. They got the trophies. So I don't. I don't disagree.
At the end of the day, it was a competition they were in. You have to win all the competitions you're in. And they won it. Yeah. No, fair enough.
And they also finished in the top 4 last season. So yeah. So that's a decent also.
Yeah.
But we've had 2 poor periods, to be honest. January to March and December. That's the 2 poor periods. And that's, to be fair, that's why you can't go and go to because you can't have really 3 months of poor performances and poor results. You can't, unfortunately. But that's why Chelsea wouldn't win the league.
True. Okay. It's probably Chelsea done. I honestly don't think they'll stay top of decent, but yeah. Chelsea probably they had a decent year.
Well, I know they're going to go.
That's the general consensus. I think everyone in the chat, is that the general consensus also? Did Chelsea have a decent year? Or do you think they had less than decent or higher than decent? Do you think they had a better than decent?
So decent is A tier, by the way, guys. So are they top of A? Where are they?
And did Chelsea played better than Arsenal? TFE W take.
Matt catching charades.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get into it, by the way, Mac. But yeah, of course, Chelsea will be above Arsenal on this tier list.
Yeah. For 2025.
No, I don't think it's above.
Okay. I mean, should we go there? No, should we go there?
We'll go there eventually. Let's
fine.
obviously rank all the teams, and then we'll look at the tier list, and then we'll analyze the tier list as a whole.
Okay.
We'll do that. The next team is Liverpool. Now, remember, we're just saying for 2025. Would you say Liverpool had a better and decent year, winning the Premier League?
Look, winning the league, it's a huge thing. It literally takes us high on the list. But if I had to personally say, I would either, and I haven't decided, whoa, everything just disappeared. I would either put us at the bottom of decent or on right at the top of sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Because of the inconsistencies and how bad it's been.
You sure this guy's supposed to?
We only had one.
I think.
There's no reason a Liverpool fan.
You put Liverpool.
We had 1 month.
I think it has to be.
I mean, it's sometimes maybe good.
It has to be decent. I don't even know what you're talking about. Bottom of decent. You won the Premier League. The hardest league in the world to win.
They won the Premier League.
Sorry.
They won the league. But this season, I don't think they played. Well, not this season. I mean, last season was like the ending. I don't think they played their best football either. So I think it's decent. It can't be good.
Sorry, guys.
I don't even think it's sometimes.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Can you hear me fine? I don't know. Everything just froze for a second. Sorry, man. Continue.
Sing on the dop instead of sing on the cop.
The kill, I can see where would you put it? While the kill is sorting himself out there. I would I personally would have put it at the bottom of GOATed year. Don't let the word GOATed make it seem like it was the greatest year of all time. Like, it just means
cool. I'm back.
Sorry, 2025.
My Wi-Fi just dropped a bit.
Which teams had a good year?
Brother,
well, okay, I brought it at the top of decent, though. The top of decent, because we only won 1 trophy.
Yeah,
I think 1 Premier League trophy definitely trumps a Club World Cup preseason competition and a Conference League.
He played worse than us this year, but apparently he's better. Cool, got you.
How do you play worse than you? We're literally sitting above you.
Okay, every time you played us, you lost.
How are we worse than you?
This year, every time you played us, you lost. How have you played better?
It doesn't matter. That's one of games.
Every time you played us this season, you lost.
This season, or this year, we won the Premier League, and we're currently sitting above you in the Premier League table. So how are we worse than you?
This guy is shameless. Wallahi, let's see, this guy is shameless. 8 games and now finally we're above you, so we're better than you.
Should I bring up the Premier League table? It literally, there's a fact, it states there.
This guy's shameless. Okay, so I'm starting to hate Liverpool, right? That's like code red. I'm starting to hate
No,
Liverpool.
bro, I
Before
think
I
it
did
goes
the
under
show, I loved
decent.
them.
It will be a
I
decent
think it's
year. Yeah,
decent.
it'll be a decent year.
Yeah,
But I think it's
decent,
definitely
decent.
above Chelsea. It is definitely above Chelsea, though.
On what basis, bro?
I'm
A
winning the
Premier
Premier
League,
League, bro.
a Premier League,
Premier League.
yeah, a Premier
Win
League
the Premier League any day
Conference
over the
League,
flipping
and
thing.
the Club World Cup. And we're sitting above them currently. So I think all the fans
first of all,
need Liverpool.
you spent 400 million and you're only 3 points ahead of us, right? That's first of all. Really, you'd won
How
the
can a
league by like
Chelsea fan
December.
talk about spending? Oh, Allah.
You spent 400 million and you haven't even
Shameless.
integrated
Talk
one
about
of these.
shameless.
Only one of these players has been integrated
Look in
into
the
the team. One of
mirror,
these players, okay. Let's just say how it is, right? To be fair, you'd won the league by December, which shows how great your 2024 was. I think your 2024 would have been goated, but your 2025 is like basically Salah plus a bit of mid, really. So I think it's decent, probably not better than Chelsea because, I mean, yes, you technically won the Premier League in 2025. You won it in 2024. You know?
No, there's still
And
4
every
months.
time you verse us, we beat.
Still a lot of
But this
months.
isn't like a
4 months of
Chelsea
Premier League
versus.
in 2025.
This isn't a Chelsea.
The reason
Liverpool
why
thing.
Liverpool is ahead of Chelsea though is because they won the Premier League. You can't
Okay,
have
Max.
the Premier League below.
And there's 4 months of Premier
You're an
League
Arsenal
football
fan,
in
bro.
this
You not won
2025.
anything, yeah? Leave this conversation.
Yeah, but
right?
still, bro, it's not like the at the start of the year Chelsea was any better than Liverpool either.
Yeah, true. Like I said, January, what do you call it? January, March was terrible.
That's why Liverpool should be above Chelsea.
Well,
It's not to say.
I'd say
yeah,
definitely
you
decent.
say-
I'd say definitely decent. If they'd done more in the Champions League and in Ghost, I think it would be top, like really good. But they just fell off. They didn't do anything in the Carabao Cup. Didn't do anything in the FA Cup. They were just like
I went to
a
the
bit.
Carabao Cup
Yes,
final.
they
Enough,
completed the
Went to
league,
the
which
final.
is great.
Felt like we did nothing.
But
Went to the
outside of that,
final.
what have they really done? They were 5 points clear after 5 games, and now they're like what 20 points off Arsenal. Come on, bro. Like that's
10
not
points of Arsenal. Only
Yeah,
10 points.
same thing, innit? By the end of the season, it'll be 20. By the end of the season, it'll be 20.
By the end of the season,
Yeah,
just hope
I
Chelsea's
think-
in top
I
4
think-
of it.
I hope so. Inshallah.
Oh man.
Ah,
But
okay,
no, we
but
did have
jokes aside.
Liverpool did have
Oh, Nicholas
important
back. Oh, yeah,
victories.
oh, yeah.
Liverpool did have important victories. I mean, in 2025 going into it. Never forget that was the season. I mean, that was the year even when we went to Etihad and we beat them 2-0 as well. And then straight after that, Newcastle too. So we picked up a lot of wins. And I know you're saying we won the league in December, but Liverpool still pulled that consistency over across January, February, and March. It was only in May that we obviously took the L to Chelsea, took the L, I think, to Brighton or so.
After
So
we
you
won the
can't you can't write it off. I mean, it was only in May where Liverpool started losing. In January, February, March, even right, I think until April, Liverpool didn't lose. I think till the end of Feb, and then only in March or
Still went to
April.
Dubai, bro. I still went to Dubai. That's
Bro,
No,
it.
they were good.
bro was
They were good, man.
bro was clubbing.
They were
So
good.
yeah,
But they didn't win anything on the international or continental stage, you know. So that, I mean, there has to be points docked for that. But I guess if you win your second league in 30 years, then that is something, you know.
The 20th league also in all competitions. Yeah, of all time.
bro's trying to rep the WWE Championship in comparison to our Premier League is just wild.
So we beat
Absolutely.
every
And
team in the
then-
world
and
is
then
eligible for that,
laughing.
and we won it.
Bro is laughing at an Arsenal fan for not winning anything but repping WWE Championship against the Premier League. Make me
As
understand.
if that competition wasn't meant to just be like an appetizer.
funny 'cause
for the
These
World
are
Cup.
the same
That's
brothers
what
that will say
that's
Gerrard
what
is
it
the
was
best
for, by the way.
midfielder of all time, best Premier League midfielder of all time, when he hasn't even won it. And when he had the opportunity to win it, he slipped on his ass and he gave the ball to Demba Ba. So these are the exact same hypocrites that will say
this is
that.
the same person that
That's
knew
irrelevant.
when
You're
they
not talking about
played
Steven
it.
Gerrard, bro. That just shows that
Yeah,
you're
see,
losing
you
this
don't
debate,
deny
bro.
it. You don't
It
deny
just
it.
shows that
But
you're
this-
losing this debate. You're losing this debate.
Wait, but this was the same person that Steven Gerrard was his first pick for the midfielders all rounder over Frank
Complete.
Lampard, over a lot of people. I mean, he chose number one. Steven Gerrard was the
Well,
first
he's
pick
the
of
best
midfielders.
midfielder.
You did.
Oh.
I
He's
was
the best
picking the most
midfielder.
complete. You picking the most complete player. I was picking the biggest complete losers. So I went Steven Gerrard first pick. Of course.
Oh, okay.
Didn't win
But it
anything
makes
for
your
England.
side.
Didn't
First
win
pick to make your
anything
side.
big for Liverpool, apart from the Champions League. Yeah. So
And who was the
Anyway,
club
yeah, I
that
think
was,
Liverpool decent.
and but who was the club that was dying to sign him, that wanted him the most? Chelsea.
So it's funny because Chelsea are a gentleman's club that don't have gangsters that go up to our best players' houses to be like,
Oh,
"You
Chelsea's
better not
are a
leave
gentleman's
Liverpool."
club, bro. Far from
Oh,
it.
Do we have gangsters going to our best players to say, "You better not leave"?
Propaganda.
Oh,
Okay, Robert Abramovich.
Okay, Bolly boy.
Falling for the propaganda. Gotcha, bro.
Bolly boy.
Okay, boys and girls in the comments also in the chat. Are we all in a general consensus that Liverpool had a better year than Chelsea?
Yes,
Max
sir.
says yes. Saying on the carpet, I say yes. Hamza, rightfully so, backing his club, but I do think a Premier League trophy trumps a golden plate. So yeah, let's go for Liverpool above Chelsea.
But we're gonna do a review at the end, right? We'll
we will do a review on it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now here's a controversial one here, right? Because Spurs is the next club, right? Now there's a Europa League trophy trump a Conference League and a golden plate. Because we all know it
trumps the Conference League. Yeah, definitely, because it's the higher competition. But you finish 15th in the league, you win 4 times at home in a whole year. I'm sorry, bro. Bin the season. Oh, actually, no, because they won the Europa League sometimes.
No, it has to be sometimes good, sometimes shit. Yeah, it has to be sometimes good, sometimes because it's a trophy and they beat United in the final. So they didn't like play any Sparta team in the end. So you can't say burn of the season. I think burn of the season is I don't know. It's a team that doesn't win anything. Maybe I don't know.
I won't even lie, right? Like for Spurs, the only reason why they're not here and indecent is because the highs were high, but the lows.
Didn't they finish like 17th, 16th?
Yeah. That's why they finished in sometimes.
And when they were playing, in terms of tactics, they never have anything. They only had plan A, no plan B, no plan C. Defensively, high line,
vibes,
and that's all.
Vibes.
Yeah, bro.
Even the goal in the final was sometimes
was technically an own goal, by the way. They just gave it to Brennan Johnson.
No, because look at it like this, right? Like your worst, Mac. Let me ask you quickly, right? When you think of terrible Arsenal seasons, what season do you think of?
Like 2011, 12, something like that, bro.
You finished fourth that
left
season,
us to go to United.
Yeah, you finished fourth that season. Even the 8th that you finished in 2019-20, right, or first season of Banter.
Yeah.
Nikhil, what is the worst season for Liverpool that you can like remember? Like, what's like your Banter year?
I think like 15, 16 season maybe.
Yeah,
I think the Balotelli time, Fabio Borini time was really, really bad. I think after Suarez left, it was quite bad.
Yeah. So Max is based like 8th, even 4th. He said Nikhil's is like 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th.
8th, yeah.
Spurs are meant to be a Big 6 team. They finished 17th. My worst is 12th or 10th. 17th. They nearly got relegated. If it wasn't for the 3 worst teams to ever come into the Premier League, they would have got relegated. I know they won a Europa League and they did some fugaziness to do that. Honestly, 17th I think is unforgivable. Honestly, even if you win a Europa League, that for me is unforgivable. And the more I think about it, you have to win this season. And the only reason why the Europa League is big is because they haven't won for 17 years. But it's like, even that adds to it. You haven't won for 17 years, so this becomes a big thing.
But can't you look at it the other way around as well? Spurs has not won a trophy for so long, so you can't call them a burn. Any other season, they are.
That's Tim Pot. That's Tim Pot. It's like you're so bad, you finally win something, you're great, but you finish 17th. That's like I can't even imagine Chelsea finish 17th, bro. Like, you probably can't imagine Liverpool finishing 17th.
I get what you're saying. At the end of the season, though, no one is going to remember 10 years down the line.
They're not going to remember they finished 17th. They're going to remember Spurs won a trophy.
Spurs won a Europa
trophy.
They
won
they will. They will, man. No, Spurs can never
remember that Chelsea finished. Both times they won the Champions League. No one can remember they don't finish outside the top 4 that season. Both seasons they'll finish outside the top 4.
But I'm saying you remember because you just said it.
I don't know where exactly you'll finish, man. I just know outside the top 4.
I don't know, man. I think business. I think. I can hear sometimes, but for me, I would go bin the season. If it was my vote, I'd say bin the season. But I can hear why you say sometimes maybe good. But 17th, like deep in, they nearly got put into the second league of England.
Isolation, but the fact
bro, they're supposed to be a Big 6 team. Premier League made this whole Big 6 thing.
Why is Spurs even in the Big 6 though? Their team is shitted in Forest, bro.
Apparently, I was looking at the expressions video, and apparently he said like, for the past, like basically since the start of the 1992 season, Spurs. I watched Morocco.
I can't be scored another bicycle, man.
Oh shit! Okay, crazy.
Never mind.
Let me just get to one of the comments here. Kaizo said Chelsea beat Spurs home and away, finished 4th. won the Conference League and won the Club World Cup, therefore a better season than Spurs. Yeah, no one's debating that. I think Chelsea.
No, yeah, no one's debating that. Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs are little babies, man.
Somebody saying, "Look at my future husbands out here." Oh my word, let's block this person.
No.
No engagement, bro. Engagement.
Engagement is engagement.
And why
What
only
tier
talking about
would you
Premier
prefer?
League teams? We won't only be talking about Premier League teams. We will be talking about some other big European teams as well. Right now, it's Spurs is the topic. So Spurs, I think, in all honesty, Hamza, I hear what you're saying. In the Premier League in isolation, sure, but Spurs fans would still look back at that season and be like, it was a memorable season because they won the Europa League.
Yeah,
Well,
facts.
I mean, I can't
It's
relate, but
like for people who are Spurs fans, and Tristan unfortunately is not here.
Okay,
The things that they remember is Eden Hazard equalizer, and then finally winning a trophy. That's the
listen,
majority of the
if
time what they
If
remember.
you didn't win the Club World Cup, where would you be on this list?
if buts or maybes. You said to me, let's not do Nizzy, let's not do if buts or maybes. Let's do absolute.
Wait.
You did win.
Not if, wait, listen. If you didn't win, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to just get the Spurs one in there, though.
Okay, so if we didn't win it, we finished top 4 and got Conference League. I would say sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's what I would say. Because I mean, realistically, that was our expectation going into the season.
Yeah.
But like, maybe I'll put it at bottom of decent. I'll probably put it bottom of decent. Yeah, that would make sense. Top 4 and that. But like Club World Cup, to win a championship that all teams are eligible for in the world, right? You can't just say you're European champion. You can say you're world champions. Mamelodi Sundowns were in this tournament as well. Yeah, I have some representation there. You know what I mean?
I mean, being called world champions isn't something that only started in 2025, my man. It started a long time ago. Liverpool, Liverpool won that trophy in 2021.
We won the old ones as well.
2020.
So nobody can say anything to us. We won the old ones. We won the new ones because we won the Champions League multiple times, Mac.
Sorry, they gave the goal. Crazy bicycle.
And invested in AFCON. Make sure you stay on this live because Mac is giving you all some AFCON updates live here as well.
What a bicycle, guys! You'll need to go check that out. Anyways, back to the conversation. Like you said, that was the expectation. Tottenham's expectation is every season to go and win a trophy, and they won a trophy.
Take 17th, bro. 17th. Like that's not like. I don't think you'll understand.
Yeah,
maybe I'm not.
That's why they're not getting decent. That's
no,
why
but 17th is not like you finished 10th or you finished 8th or 17th. They nearly got put into the second division of England.
Bro,
that's like hundreds of millions of years.
But you have to understand that this tier list
and 17 and 18, you're still in the league. Still, it doesn't matter. You don't win the league.
But the thing here is, we are doing the tier list.
I'm just explaining from a Spurs point of view, bro.
We're doing the tier list for 2025, not the tier list for the Premier League 24-25.
No, but that's a massive point. No, and even this year, they won 4 games at home all year. 4 games.
But they still won a trophy. But how can you can't put a person that won a trophy?
I understand.
In the season.
I understand, but to me, it's just blasphemy. I understand what you're saying, but it's blasphemy.
Conference League is not a Mickey Mouse trophy. It's not.
I mean, for Chelsea, it is.
Maybe now it will start becoming one. But maybe now it will start becoming one because before you could say it's not a Mickey Mouse trophy because the Champions League people would drop into the competition. But now the fact that no Champions League people
drop into individual, yeah.
It does lose a bit of its weight, in my opinion.
Credibility, yeah.
But yeah, I still think it's not a very good solution because Spurs, like, you're talking about generations, like people that gotten to watch football, who started watching football as kids, now probably have beards, never saw Spurs win a trophy. You're talking about 3 generations, maybe 4 generations of Spurs fans. But now I'm talking about even like our generation. We grew up never watching Spurs win a trophy as much as they won the League Cup back in, I think it was 2008 or something.
2008 Carling Cup final. That was a horrible night.
So you're talking about nearly 20 years, bro. Like end that trophy now. 17 years actually.
Any other season, any other time we're doing the Spurs Ben of the season. It's a consistent Ben of the season. Except
I don't think you understand like deeping that enough. Because if Chelsea finished 17th, I would be embarrassed to show my face.
Oh, we definitely.
Even if you want to trophy, I'd be embarrassed to show my face.
But if you put them in win of the season, it's like you literally disregarding their trophy. What's the point of them winning it then? Like, and it's you have to take into consideration. I'm not happy about it, but I'd rather have them winning than United.
And we all hate them.
Opinions.
All right. Who next?
Next up is Manchester City, 2025. Now,
Monday season, lads.
And the City, from a City fan perspective, they went trophyless, right? Like,
Yes.
this is not their standards. They want to
Yes.
forget about the season as soon as possible. So City, it's not even sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, because was it this year or was it the end of 2024 where they went on that like incredible run of losing?
Bro, it was both years, literally.
Both years.
You can't even say.
They were just inconsistent. They were inconsistent in 2024 and then 2025 as well. They were taking losses, bro, and then we added to that in 2025. So
I say bend the season.
I think
Bend the season.
if we say sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, then that kind of disregards Spurs as well, because they won a trophy and I get the 17th place position, but what did Man City do? They qualified for Champions League.
They finished. You need to understand how shit they were in the middle of last season, and they ended up finishing third, clear of Newcastle, Chelsea, Forest, and Villa, who were chasing their tails. They finished clear of that, but because they didn't win a league, people think it was terrible. Because Haaland didn't score 30 goals, people think it was terrible. I think it's sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe. Because I think they were decent, like they were okay, but they didn't win anything. And even and they lost to Al Hilal. Don't forget that they lost to Al Hilal in the Club World Cup, which was an embarrassing day for Manchester City, right? But they started this season quite well. They're chasing Arsenal for the title. I think it has to be that third tier.
I think probably third tier as well, but at the probably bottom third tier. But yeah,
no, not above Tottenham for sure. For sure above Tottenham. Because look at them in the league and in the Champions League. They're in the top 8 for Champions League now
again,
as well.
you're disregarding their trophy. You're trying to make a log position higher than a trophy. If I ask you right now, you want to finish fourth or you want to win the Europa League?
It's not like they finished 10th and Spurs finished 17th. They finished third. They're second in the league, 1 or 2 points off Arsenal. They're in the top 8 in Champions League. They're playing incredible. It's because their expectations are so high. Because the expectations are so high that you're saying this, but they absolutely had a better 2025 than Tottenham. I mean, I don't know what you guys think in the chat, but I think they had an absolutely a better 2025 than Tottenham.
I think Hamza is right on that. Actually, they had a better year, but Nikhil is also right. You can't disregard the trophy. At the end of the day, clubs when they go into a season, the main expectation is trophies, and they didn't win nothing. So but
you're looking at it from the lens of like, I don't care what you do in your bread and butter as long as you win your knockout tournaments, right? Which is great. Like the fact they won the Europa League is great. They broke their drought, which is great. But it's like it's not like they were like Chelsea when they won the Champions League. They finished 6th and they finished 4th, right? Which isn't great for Chelsea. But it's like okay. But like if Chelsea finished 17th and won the Champions League, that is different to Chelsea finishing 6th and winning the Champions League. It's completely a different conversation. Because there was points where Tottenham were looking at Ipswich Town scores. Like, there was actually a point where that happened, you know? Like, we can't disregard that.
Yeah. But that's the shit part of something will be good, something will be shit.
No, but that's like, that's not poo. That's like,
but Manchester City, is their good higher than Spurs is good?
I think so.
Okay, I think put him above Spurs, bro. I think put him above Spurs.
Because they finished third. It's not like they finished 4th or 5th. They finished third, above like a very.
But the thing is, I want to question this, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't City break the record also for highest spenders in a January transfer window? They spent almost 200 million. And then that
didn't really affect their play too much. Like, really, it didn't affect their play.
No, but which one of those players actually went on to go on to be good right now?
I mean, actually, I think Mamouche got 9 goals in the league. If I remember.
Only a later.
So that was quite good.
Yeah, Mamouche was one of them that stood out.
Nico Gonzalez is a bit of a flop. There was a few other guys also. There's a lot of the signings, 200 million worth of players. I think it's about like 4 players also, or 5 players, and only Omar Mamouche, and that's someone that's not even a regular starter.
Yeah, but look, the results again. It's like, they spent money, but so did Tottenham, so did Chelsea, so did all the teams. They all spent money in 2025. Like Tottenham spent so much money in the summer, and they're still terrible.
Yeah, but in January, to spend 200 million in January isn't normal.
Oh, 11th. Where's it 11th now? Well, I don't understand how we're having this conversation.
Are you guys Indian? Yeah, all of us.
Bro, I think we should. I'm agreeing with Hamza. Put him above Spurs, bro. He's right.
I don't know. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I'm putting them below.
I feel like we're finding ways to disregard Spurs trophy at the moment, and we're basing it on them finishing 17th. Like as if it's a WWE trophy or something. I mean, it's
but
the thing is, if you look at 2025, obviously they're doing better than City, I mean, City are doing better than Spurs. Of course, they always do better than them on the log currently. But like I feel like even with the financial spend that's there, you can't really compare Man City and Spurs when it comes to the table. You can only compare them when they freaking play each other because Spurs somehow get the better of City. So if we're looking at them against each other,
They
if you look,
finished
if
17th, and they're in the league now and they're 11th. Like, what are
I
we
get
talking
that.
about?
Yeah, you.
But in 2025 so far, City may be second on the log. City may be there. They're not guaranteed to win a trophy yet. We don't know if they're going to win a trophy, but we've got a club that's already won a trophy in 2025, and we're putting another
It's
team
Europa
above them.
League, bro. Like, you make me hate the Europa League.
Bro, imagine how we feel about the WWE Championship, the way you were glazing it.
Bro, I don't even need to talk about that. Bro, I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna die. I would die on the hill, but like, if you want to put Spurs over City, put Spurs over City. I don't care.
So what I'm hearing from
Hamza,
correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm hearing from you is it's better to finish the Premier League second and go trophyless than to win a Carabao Cup and finish 10th. Is that what I'm hearing?
You're removing context. Absolutely. You're absolutely.
No, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Because
now when we talk about Arsenal, you're going to bring this up. When you talk about Arsenal, I know you're going to bring this up. I can see you, bro. I see you cooking. You know what I mean? Yes, they won Europa League. Yes, they finally broke a stroke. Bro, they played great against Frankfurt. This is what Spurs did. They played great against Frankfurt in the quarterfinals. I will absolutely give them that. That was an unbelievable performance, home and away, in the quarterfinals. In the semifinals, they played Bodo Glimt. Okay? So, like, you can say whatever you want. They played Bodo Glimt. And in the final, they only just got over the line against the worst United that me, you, Mac, Nikhil has ever seen in our lives, bro. They couldn't buy a win, right? They only just scraped it with an own goal off like some mysterious thing happened, right? The only good thing that happened in that game was Mickey van der Ven saving it off the line, right? So you're taking that over City coming back from having mid-season, coming back from having a terrible middle of the season, then finishing third above the chasing pack, and then now being the only team that can chase Arsenal, right? That's what we're talking about. And they're also high in the Champions League as well, you know?
Okay, wait. It goes down to, again, 2025, if you have to remember both teams, they're going to remember Spurs at the end of the day, bro. I think you have to give
You're gonna also have to remember Spurs won their trophy and lost their manager. He got fired straight after that. And they had to obviously rebuild with Thomas the Frank. And, I mean, it's a big thing for Spurs right now. Obviously, we don't expect them to be high on the table. They never really are.
It's tough.
They are, though. They are. They finished third in the last couple of years. They finished fourth in the last couple of years. They finished fifth in the last couple of years. They're 17th and 11th. 17th ended last season. 11th now. What we talk about? You talking like the Palace or something, or some scrubs that are always mid-table and won a trophy. Then it's different. But Spurs context, when they spent hundreds of millions every single year, it's a different ball game. I know City may have spent a little bit more, but it's not like a charity team. They spent 60 million on Creme, 60 million on Kudus, and where are they?
I'll use that exact same ammo there on Manchester City, because Manchester City, after winning the Premier League 4 years in a row, to then have the drop-off that they had and the treble. But they have the drop-off that they had, where I don't know what was the points they were on, and how many points did Liverpool win the league? What is that point gap? Because it's not about finishing third, then it's about how far off were they from first.
I think maybe like 15 or 16, I think. But like, it would have been more if Liverpool didn't drink. For the last 5 games, if Liverpool didn't drink, it would have been like 25.
It was like an 86 season or 85 points, I think.
Yeah, it's not to say Liverpool had 90 odd points.
No, but they were getting I remember, because I'm a Chelsea fan. Like they were getting chased by us, Newcastle, Villa, and Forest, and they just took themselves away from that. They never really fell in that conversation because they were so good at the end of last year. And now they brought in Cherky. They brought in like Doku's become a really good player. They're solid in the Champions League. They're in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. They're flying, bro. They're flying.
And when did they get kicked out of the Club World Cup also? Because in my opinion, Manchester City should not have.
That would be.
I think it was. Was it quarterfinals?
Round
of 16.
Round 16. Yeah.
Bro, come on. I think you give me more ammo here as to why Spurs should be above City.
That's the only thing I would say, but yeah.
Say my name, Neymar Jr. 11. I don't know if that's your name though. But yeah, let's
Neymar Jr.
Boys and girls, are we agreeing that City had a worse season? Okay, let's rather phrase it as Spurs had a better, more memorable 2025 than City.
Not memorable, because obviously it's more memorable. You had a better year. Spurs or
what makes it more memorable if you had a better year?
No, but don't say memorable, because that's framing the question in the wrong way. Obviously, Spurs are more memorable. It's more memorable than probably Liverpool because they finally won something. Like
only
that's exactly what we're trying to say. When people look at the 2025 season, we're talking about memorable. They're going to remember.
Memorable is.
You're going to but
it's only more memorable for Spurs fans, though.
That's what I mean. It's memorable because they're shit. It's memorable because they're shit. It's not memorable because what they did was amazing. It's memorable because they're shit. And they finally went shit. That's
Neymar, we will
it is closer than we make it seem, though, right? It is closer. Definitely.
You guys are making it way closer. I thought this was going to be City above them, move on. I thought that's what it was.
Spurs, bro.
I was going to side with you, Hamza, but then at the end of the day, I told you, when you remember 2025, you're not going to remember where City finished third or what. You're not going to remember Spurs won the Europa League, bro.
No, but we are in 2025 now.
Valid point, Mac.
It's December 29, 2025. We're talking about who had the better year.
Know,
if we were in school, if City was a kid and Spurs was a kid, right? Spurs is a misbehaving kid that got an A on his test, right? Misbehaving has ruined other kids' class, and City's just been that little nerd that sat up top, right, and got an
A.
Right?
But never got an A.
No, but he's on an A now.
No, they never got an A.
He just did that mocks and he's got an A, right? Who's better?
They never got an A.
Everyone and is a nuisance who does okay himself, right? Or the person who's good to everyone and does decent himself. That's what we're saying. But yeah, okay, fine. Okay.
Next.
Yeah. We're gonna move on. That was a good one. That was a good debate. The next club is FC Barcelona. FC Barcelona have a decent year, goated year, something very good, something very shit year, or Bundesliga.
Goated.
No.
I say
what?
Goated.
I say goated. I say goated.
Why would you say that? Wait, let him land.
Okay. I say goated. 2025 altogether, they won the domestic treble. The domestic treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Super Cup, all won. 2025. This season, top of the table again in La Liga. Top of the table, 46 points, 4 or 5 points clear of Real Madrid already. They won 3 trophies, the treble already, and they're top of the table. What more do they need to do to be goated right now? Do they need to be first in the Champions League? Do they need to have also won the Champions League? Or what is it currently at the moment for them? Because they won 3 trophies and they're top of the table currently. So do they go under?
I think goated is safe for one team. In my opinion, it's safe for one team. If I'm being completely honest, right? Yeah. I think Barcelona, it's great they won those trophies. That performance against Inter Milan, that all-time bottle job against Inter Milan, where they let a 45-year-old random Donny with tats.
Now you're going to talk about one fixture being better than 3 trophies. Oh
no, brother. They're supposed to be this big Champions League team that have this huge history that can finally win without Messi, and they don't do it. Like,
okay, but then they dunked on Real Madrid 3 times in 1 year.
They're not in goated yet.
But then they dunked Real Madrid 3 times in 1 year.
I'm always agreeing with Nikhil here.
I think it's
3 trophies.
I think goated
3 trophies. 3.
Look at the trophies. El Clasico record also is a good point.
3 trophies and they got.
But like goated years just for one team, I think.
You can't say top of decent. Liverpool were decent, winning 1 trophy.
No, I think there should be another section between decent and.
That's what I was saying, but you know.
No, but we can order them.
Barca deserve to be there, but not goated. They deserve to be. I
think it was a very good year. Though.
How? Okay. 3 trophies,
it was
bro.
a very good year, no doubt.
Okay, look at it, right?
Yeah, well, the team we're going to talk about has 6.
You saying it was a good year.
The team we're going to talk about has 6. So what?
But they literally won 3 trophies in 2025, and they are top of the table in La Liga right now. So what more do they have to do to be goated? You tell me. Did they have to win the Champions League, Copa del Rey, Super Cup, and League, and be top of the Champions League right now to be goated? Or what more do they
I understand what you're saying, Nikhil. I understand what you're saying. They had a very good season. Nobody's saying that they had a bad season, right? But we're talking about the creme de la creme, the Prem de la creme. Drop us a follow, right? On YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram, right? But obviously, they did have a really good season. Treble, Yamal broke out, Pedri probably put himself as 1 or 2 of the best midfielders in the world, right? Great, whatever. Obviously, still lost to Chelsea, 3-0. Embarrassing performance that game. But the reason why they're not goated yet, first of all, because there's one team that's saved for above them. But second of all, I think if they played against PSG, they wouldn't have won. But second of all, how they fell out in the Champions League, to me, was embarrassing. in my opinion, because they had the easiest side of the draw. They had an old, aging Inter Milan team, and they couldn't get over the line, right? And that's down to the manager, in my opinion. So I would say they're top or decent, not goated yet. And they had themselves in the way. They put themselves in the way. That's why. It's not like they were missing a couple pieces. I think they had all the pieces to go all the way and everything, but they just couldn't do it.
So you're basing them not being goated off one Champions League fixture against Inter Milan, overriding 3 trophies and being top of the table now.
They wouldn't have beat
But
PSG.
I thought you said we don't do if buts and
probably wouldn't
maybes.
even have beaten Arsenal.
But we don't
in
do
my
if buts
opinion.
and maybes.
No, but
But
they
we don't
wouldn't have
do
beaten
ifs and
Arsenal.
maybes.
They wouldn't have beat PSG. Absolutely. Are you sitting here now telling me that they would have beat PSG in the final?
I can't predict the future. I can't
No, are
predict
you
something
telling me?
that will happen.
Are you telling me?
You said we don't do ifs, buts, and maybes. I'm giving you facts here.
Well, I'm giving you
La
absolutes. They
Liga-
bottled it against
La-
Inter
La
Milan in the
Liga-
Champions League. First leg and
How does-
second leg.
How does one fixture determine the whole thing? Imagine if
Okay,
you
so
guys
you're
won 3
making out like
trophies.
it's Deportivo away in October. I'm talking about in May time, playing against Inter Milan in the semi-final of the Champions League, home and away, they bottled it. Simple as.
So is that the only ammunition you have? I have 3 trophies on top of the
Of
league right now.
course.
You have 1 fixture.
Of course.
You have 1 fixture.
That's all you need, bro.
One-
You're making out like I'm talking about some random scrub team that they played back in the day that was so inconsequential to the season. They played against Inter Milan in the semi-final of the Champions League on the easiest side of the draw, and they couldn't get over the line.
So 1 fixture. And out of all the trophies that they had, how many did they miss out on in 2025?
Well, they went in the Club World Cup because they're terrible in Europe. They've been terrible in Europe, and they
No,
proved
the
that again
trophies
this year.
in the competitions that they were in, what did they miss out on?
The Champions League, the one with the big ears. When they have the best team in the world, they miss out on the Champions League. I'm not saying they're bad, but they definitely, it wasn't a go-to year because that's it for one team that's better than them.
That's bad. I can't. 1 fixture to override 3 trophies is.
Bro, what are you talking about? You're making out like it's an inconsequential game. This is a consequential game. You are the
But
better
they
team,
didn't.
and you followed
They
it
lost
both
by
times.
they lost by 1 goal.
Bro, you should have beaten them by 4. PSG, you think you're going to go play PSG and
They
beat them
lost
when they beat the exact same team 5-0?
But if you compare, okay, so so Chelsea won how many trophies? They won the 2 trophies, right? They won the Conference League and they won the WWE Championship. Liverpool just won the league and they are indecent. So you're going to put them in the same category to a team that won a treble and they're top of the table. None of the
So
teams
you've
that
got
are
Liverpool
indecent.
badge behind your head, and you never ride for them.
But-
Yeah, so that's first
but-
thing. Second thing, they're above Liverpool and Chelsea in this list. They're in that second tier, but they're not in that goated yet.
So for Spurs, you override their trophy because they finished 17th. For Barca, you override a treble because of 1 fixture.
Because they're
Make
good
it
enough
make
to win
sense.
everything. They are
Make
good
it
enough
make
to win
sense.
everything. They had potentially the best player in the world.
For someone that
at
reps
18.
Mbappe really hard, I would think you support Barca and you really wanted them to win it all.
Bro, I don't mind
want
Barca.
to-
Barca's got a special place in my heart. I
Hang
went
on
there
a
last
second,
year.
the chat
Great
here
place.
also, Nikhil is overhyping the Super Cup because it was essentially
Exactly, bro.
Okay,
They
so
were
check
good.
that
They were
out.
better than Real Madrid. They were absolutely better than Real Madrid. I'll give you that. They were absolutely better than Real Madrid last year, and they proved it. And then in the first Clasico of this season, they've lost because they're not as good as Real Madrid. But
But who's top of the log?
huh? Oh, I thought the logs
Who's
didn't
top?
matter. I thought it was all about trophies. I thought it was
Who's
all
top of the
about.
log?
No, I thought it was all
But
about.
who's
I thought the
top
logs
of
didn't
the log?
matter. You said the logs
Really,
doesn't
but-
matter.
but-
So
but
it
then it
matters
mattered
now,
when
but it
you-
doesn't matter then.
But then
Gotcha.
it mattered when you're talking about Manchester City and where they finished and how they came up from where they were to where they are now. So how did it work there?
Okay, so the log matters now.
So
Cool.
I just need to know. I need to
No.
understand.
If you want to pick and choose your battles, bro, we can play that game as well.
But when we pick and chose it, we spoke about the log, but then Spurs also won a trophy. Here, Barca are first and they won 3 trophies. So
Yeah, but Nikhil, you're not listening. I'm saying goated is safe for one. In my opinion, it's safe for one team, and there's one team that was better than
the
them.
Farmers League.
Are you serious?
I'm just asking.
Are you
Which is a
serious?
more competitive league? I'm just asking, is a more competitive league?
Okay, so when 2 teams win it, there's literally 2 teams, and one team might win it every so often, right? That's more competitive than Liga. That's what you're saying. You're saying there's a massive difference.
I think with Barca, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid is more compared to
Don't
only
say
this season
Atletico
now.
Madrid to me. Don't ever say Atletico. They won
Why
one.
not?
They won 2 leagues in the last 15, 20 years, right? So it's just Real Madrid and Barca. That's it.
They're 3-4 points off them now at the moment of Madrid. 3 or 4
Anyway,
points.
we'll get into
So-
the PSG thing. But
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's hear what you guys have to think. Let's hear what
There's
do
something
you
I
guys
want
have
to
think.
ask. Okay, Mac. Also, are we reserving the top spot for one team only? Because I thought we were going to have like 2 or 3 teams in there and then still like tier it, like still rank it.
I think it is supposed to be reserved for one, but I think there should be another ranking below that.
I was gonna say the same thing there, but for now we'll have to just work with what we have, and then
I think they have
somehow
to be top of decent.
they'll have to be top
Yeah,
of
top of
decent.
decent.
Yeah.
I can give you
Yeah.
that, Nikhil. Top of decent. For now.
What are we gonna? So we're not gonna put something in between.
Get a now, because then we're gonna have to almost reassess
Yeah,
these
then we'll have to read
two.
Nah, just
Oh,
leave it as
man.
top of decent, bro.
Top of decent.
now,
It's not just decent. It's not just like they're decent. It's decent. Tell them again.
No, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to know what Nawaz and Mac have to say about this. I know you heard our debate, but what do you guys think about it? I mean, the fixture against Inter Milan not going through, the treble that they won and being top of the league right now.
Like I said, I think the treble there's so much weight going on to this because it's the Community Shield. It's just the Spanish Community Shield. So I don't think it's a treble like our Premier League. Like it's not Manchester City's domestic treble, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's as we said, it's a trophy that they won. It's a trophy that obviously Spurs won a trophy. Chelsea took into consideration the trophy that they won.
Yeah. No, the Copa del Rey was good because I still remember that final also. That was a good one. The league is good, but like Hamza said also, you're only competing with two other. No, but you know, I don't care about the fact that you're only competing with two other teams.
But who are you competing with? Who are you competing with?
But Real Madrid had Carlo Ancelotti, who was on his last legs. Like, let's be real. You make it out like it's a prime Real Madrid.
But
so Brazil has no chance of winning the World Cup.
And Mbappe scored like 8 goals in the league, and they still didn't win. That shows how bad Real Madrid were.
Oh, it shows how good Barca were as well.
Okay, you know what? I'm saying top of decent because we are reserving the top spot for one team. Otherwise, I would have put them at the bottom of goated.
Okay.
Yeah, top of decent also.
Okay.
All right. Next up, boys and girls in the chat. We got Norway. Sorry, I said Norway because of the comment. We have Arsenal. Speaking of Norway, Odegaard captain. We got Arsenal. Now, did Arsenal in 2025 have a goated year? A decent year. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit year. Or a bend the season year.
I think for us, we've been consistent in coming out second. FA Cup, we bowed out in the first round. That was horrendous. Carabao Cup, lost to Newcastle horrendously also at the same time in the semi-finals. And Champions League, we bottled it in the semi-finals also. After beating a Real Madrid team like with 2 bangers from Declan Rice, bro. That literally after that, I thought we won the Champions League, bro. I was really getting ready to book my tickets to Munich, bro. I was ready to book my tickets to Munich. But I think we'll have to go with decent, but like right at the bottom, bro. Right at the bottom of decent. Nowhere near these guys, but right at the bottom. Because we were the only Liverpool's only contender to go for the title. There was no one else there even also at the same time. Although we fell off because
challenging
of injuries
Liverpool
and that.
I wouldn't even count what you did as challenging Liverpool. Liverpool just miles out.
Bro, the amount of injuries we had and we still came out second is an achievement on its own.
Okay, so my take here, and I hear what you're saying.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Who's it?
Yeah, so my take here is, and I know we have these tiers in decent, but do you not think it's a bit harsh to put a team like Arsenal within decent where all those teams won trophies? And more than,
that's what I'm saying.
I think, do you not
bro,
think...
because
I think,
still, if you put
as you said with your season, you got knocked out so early. You got knocked out so early. You had a brilliant performance in the Champions League. You got knocked out early in the other competitions. And, okay, brilliant Champions League, but it didn't win you the trophy. You did well. But then you didn't win the league and you came out completely trophyless. Unfortunately, people are only going to remember last season for Declan Rice. They're going to remember those free kicks. They're going to remember free kicks. They're going to remember maybe your injuries, but...
Because if you look at it, take away Arsenal. And I feel embarrassed to kind of go into bat for them, right? They finished second in the league, right? They're now top of the league, right? I know that the gap's come down a lot, right? But they're top of the Premier League. They finished second last year. I think they had the most points this year in the Premier League, like overall, if you're looking at the whole season. They finished in the semi-finals of the Champions League, right? Which isn't a easy feat to do. Obviously, they dominated Real Madrid not only with the free kicks but also away. I think people forget that they dominated. Yeah. They dominated Real Madrid away, and Real Madrid were terrible anyway, right? But like they still had to go there and do it, right? So being Real Madrid, they got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. They did poor in the domestic cups. I think they have to be indecent. They can't be in the tier with City and Spurs because they actually were like pretty good on the continental stage. And if they played Barca, in my opinion, I think they would have won, right? So, and that's only because they have a good team, which they have to get a bit of credit for.
Even this season, if you look at it as a whole, we lost both our centre backs this season. Imagine how crazy that is to still keep going, and we still first. We lost both our main centre backs, our defensive core, our stability, and we're still going at it. To keep at that intensity is mad still. But I think we're at the bottom of decent. We're not there with the titles, but at the bottom of decent.
Yeah, because I think this is the best you can do without winning. Like, as a football team, this is the best thing you can do without actually winning yet. I think this year that they'll win a couple trophies. So I think
Inshallah.
When we get to 2026 review, you'll be pretty high. But yeah, I think they have to be decent.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be decent, in all honesty. Just because of the consistency we've been doing so far. I think they top off sometimes they'll be good, sometimes they'll be shit.
No, but you guys have made this fugaziness where it's only trophies matter. When, like, actually, their league performance has to come into it. If you're terrible in the league, right, that has to come into it. If you're really good in the league, but you don't get over the line, that has to come into it.
No, I would say for Arsenal in particular, finishing second again is really what
but no Arsenal now. We're halfway through the season, they're first. You know what I mean? I know that happened.
But is that something that's new also? I feel like in the last.
But they are first, though. We have to go on what's actually happened. They are actually.
You're going off this year alone, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Like, they actually are first. It's not like we think they're going to be first. They are first, and they've been first since game week 6 or 7.
Yeah, I know we still have to look at everything in context, though. Then we still have to look at it.
I think bottom of decent, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think top of some of the
Yeah, I'm caught in between the two. Yeah,
but
literally.
When that third round against United, that's poor. Third round of the FA Cup against United, that's terrible.
Okay, that's the worst. But I'm saying, other than that, and the Newcastle one, when have we really been shit?
No, I fully agree, but that majority of the season are good. I would say about 90% of the season are good, but the 10% is when it really matters. Like Hamza said, consequential.
But doesn't 90% still? If you get 90% in a test, bro, are you taking that as a good mark or shit mark? I'm asking you that.
Yeah, but you won all the minor questions. Yeah, you got all the minor questions right, but on the major you didn't get that many marks. You know what I mean?
You got 90% of the questions, right? Not 90% of the weighted percentage.
Yeah, but I still think it should be right at the bottom of decent.
I think so. I agree with that. I know what you got to look at it like this as well, right? The only reason they went out, and this is different to Barca, because Barca bottled it against a team that's inferior to them. Arsenal went out to a PSG team that, I mean, we can all say was the best team that we've probably seen since 2015 Barca. Like, there's conversations for that to happen, you know? So that was the only thing that could stop Arsenal, and Arsenal still had a pretty good go at them, you know? So I would say bottom are decent. They can't be with
I'll say it was still, in terms of, like, memorable, I don't know, Hamza doesn't like the word memorable. I would say 2025 was probably one of Arteta's better years. Probably the best, the best year so far.
Yeah,
Back when you say
it's where Arsenal are really.
We were the best defensive team in the league. Even though we came out second, we were the best defensive team. Mikel Merino came in as a striker and scored like 8 or 9 goals. Bro, where is that even heard of? It happened before it happens, but I'm just saying a midfielder again. 8 or 9 goals is something.
I'll say bottom of decent, yeah. No, because of your injury crisis and the defensive solidity, like, you'll actually make Chelsea fans worry a bit about their 15 goals. Like, it might have been for a short period of time, but you'll make them worry a bit.
Yeah. And also, like, if we're talking about teams, like actual playing quality teams, I think Arsenal obviously had a worse year than the 3 teams above them, but I think they're a better team. To be honest, they play better football, and they're probably don't play better football. They're a better team than Chelsea, Liverpool, and Barcelona, in my opinion.
Better
so, like, for them. So they have to be in this. They have to be in this tier.
Fair.
Okay.
All right. Next up is the European champions, Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I think all of us were probably reserving our goated year spot for this team. It's probably not much to even talk about there in terms of out of nowhere, Luis Enrique comes and really dominates Europe with PSG, a team that's never won the Champions League before. And now he didn't just win the Champions League, he actually brought a Ballon d'Or winner also out of this club in Ousmane Dembele.
You have to take into context also how bad the 2024 was, and all of a sudden in 2025 he just hit a switch, bro, and all of a sudden they were one of the best teams in the world. So
they were almost getting
in such a short space of time.
They almost got knocked out of the Champions League. They were like freaking I don't know what 12th, 13th or something, and then they needed to play a knockout round, and they came back, and then next thing
the one city, that was the turning point.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Crazy. And Mac will know, right? So Mac will know October 2024, they play Arsenal, they're terrible. So Arsenal beat them up all over the park, they win 2-0. They come back 6 months later, bro, they're like a complete different beast. I remember people saying Dembele is overrated, Enrique is overrated. They were saying all this at the start of 2025. And man, that performance against Inter Milan, I know Inter Milan are not good, but that performance was just absolutely incredible.
For me, it was like
even the Liverpool
when Liverpool played them, Liverpool played them over 2 legs, I've never seen Liverpool in a while get that dominated in that first leg. Without Alisson, I don't even know what Kvaratskhelia was cooking of another level. And when they came to Anfield, I had the misconception, you know what, maybe their midfield will get tired. Vitinha, João Neves, but that pace, the agility, the stamina of them, they did what we did to teams, and we had no answer, unfortunately.
Bro, imagine they came to Anfield and won, and that was Liverpool's season where they were on top of everything. That makes it even more crazy.
And I mean, it was just the way they played was crazy. And I know people had a whole shocker. Oh my God, Liverpool couldn't score a goal at Anfield against them, and obviously our penalties were atrocious, but they just showed how good they were by going all the way and winning it. It's like no one could stop.
Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, the whole team is just incredible. Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Vitinha, Pacho, Marquinhos, these guys, man. These guys turned into unbelievable players.
World beaters,
Sextuple. They couldn't beat the mighty Chelsea. Because Chelsea found the answer to him. So if you ever want to beat PSG, Chelsea have the answer. Get the ball over to Nuno Mendes. He's got no heading skills. Get Malo Gusto on him, potentially. And then have a guy like Palmer just to pick up the pieces and build you a Lego house, and you'll beat him. But outside of that, they were very good. And they dominated Real Madrid. That 4-0 against Real Madrid in the Club World Cup, that performance was top tier. People don't talk about that. Good, They dominated them.
Cool. Yeah, I think PSG definitely had a lot of praise throughout the 2025 year. So I think we just repeating their amazing accomplishments that they did. But definitely well deserved.
So
will be the year.
And they come back against Spurs in the Super Cup late 2 goals.
Yes. Yeah, they also won Spurs.
And that was the keeper. That was the keeper's first game or second game, I think. After Donnarumma, who was incredible, got kicked out of the team, and Chevalier came back and did a madness.
Yeah, true.
And guys,
I think PSG goated.
Mac, Noaz, Nikhil, do you think they go back to back in the Champions League?
No,
they got injuries.
They fell off in the league uneven, bro.
They've got a bit of injuries now, I think.
They fell off also.
Mason Greenwood's been cooking.
Luis Enrique has dropped the current keeper they brought him. That's how bad it's
I'm telling you, Donnarumma is one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in the world.
He is, bro. In that semi-final, the amount of saves he made of ours was crazy.
Against Liverpool.
Odegaard.
Bro, that Odegaard, I was just that was just another level, bro. Another level that saved.
How is he so big and so quick? Pause. But how is he so big and so quick? It is ridiculous.
But PSG go to the year for sure. We'll move on. Bayern München. After losing the Bundesliga in 2024 to Bayer Leverkusen, they go on to win it again. But Harry Kane, one of the best players in world football.
I think
Michael Olise also getting signed.
Right now, they are, I think, one of the most informed teams in world football right now. I don't think they just
But we
can't-
banged them at the Emirates.
True.
Yeah.
True. That is true. You gave them that L. But we can't disregard how good they are overall as well. Anyways, but I think even their signings have been Luis Diaz, phenomenal for them.
I think
Harry
they're going
Kane.
decent, bro.
Yeah, I mean they can't go.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
think
probably
they can go below
decent.
that.
Would you put this above Arsenal?
Yeah, bro. We haven't won the title. They still have to
No,
be
I
about us.
don't-
They still won the league.
I don't think so. I think Arsenal are better than Bayern, to be honest.
We are.
They weren't that good in the Club World Cup, to be honest. They weren't that good in the Champions League. I don't know, man. I don't think that 2025 has been.
Yeah, but you have to-
Yes,
you have
Kane
to
finally
think about
won
the
his trophy,
process,
but
bro.
like the Bundesliga, bro, that's like losing your V card in Amsterdam. You know, same thing. So same sort of vibe, you know.
No, yeah, 100%. I do agree with that.
I think honestly, Arsenal had a better year than them because Arsenal are playing in harder competitions, going further in harder competitions, and playing in a harder league. I think they had a better year, you know. My opinion, but
We did have a better year, but it's gonna go down to.
and that's what we're grading on. You had the better year, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they
that,
go
but-
And you're
further in
ahead of them in the
Champions
Champions
League.
League. You went further than them in the Champions League. The only thing they have over you is the Bundesliga, and it's like the Bundesliga.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, because I don't
We
think
can't,
they won
but
Buckle, did they? Did they win the...
And they played terribly in
No.
the Club World Cup. Terribly in the Club World Cup. I know
So if
Musiala got that
all
brilliant
Bayern has
correct
to-
victory.
If all Bayern has to show is Bundesliga, I would probably say Arsenal had a better year.
So wait,
Yeah.
I got a question. Okay, do we not put them also in sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit? Because it's the same thing if Tottenham is winning the Europa League.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
they failed expect.
No, but they
failed
were better in the
expectations
Champions
on all
League.
other levels.
but they
Bayern have
didn't
been
do
better in the
as
Champions League this year.
They're still one of Europe's best teams this year also.
Okay.
Let's not forget that incredible
Yeah.
run they had now at the end of
True.
2025.
They've only lost to Arsenal and one of the other teams or something. Yeah.
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 It's
So I
actually-
would say just based off like the start at the end of the 2025-2026 season, like they still sitting decent.
yeah.
Yeah.
But below Arsenal.
Okay.
Good with that.
All right. The next team is, I hope Uzi is still in the chat because the next team is Manchester United. Oh my word, finishing 15th and going trophyless.
Come on, guys. Can we all say it together?
Now where can we put that?
Can we all say it together?
There should be
Good.
another one below Bun this season. There should be another one.
That's just a black strip then. That's just a black strip. Black.
Null and void, bro. Null and void.
Null and
Bro,
void. Null and void.
This season.
2025 didn't
Error-
exist, bro. 2025 didn't
Error,
exist.
error 404.
Yeah. Page
Not
not found,
only
page
did
not
they go
found.
15th and trophyless, but they are the reason Tottenham Hotspur won a trophy.
Facts.
That makes it even worse, bro.
Like that,
Yeah.
bro.
Season in the
and to
bun.
score the goal for them to win the Europa League.
Season in the
so
bun.
Carlos.
Season in the bun.
Bro.
I think
yeah,
take out
yeah,
Bun.
the OG.
Take out Bun this season and just put there United.
Yeah.
That's the tier, United.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is so
But
funny.
I don't even lie. I don't even think this. Can I add a row?
No, United was so bad. So bad.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
come back in the
Nah,
last
just
couple
leave
of
it,
months.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh.
that's nice.
I'll spare me.
United have been
Jeez.
so bad. That is a joke how bad they've been. Like, oh man.
Talk about United more while I sort this out.
Flipping heck.
So Man United, they put pressure on the teams. Harry Maguire had an amazing shot in the final that was saved.
And a good semi-final where he scored the winner.
Yes, that
Yeah.
Leon game was
yeah, fair
complete freaking.
Yeah.
That was, I thought, lacks a threat,
They beat you guys at
was-
Anfield.
Yeah, they beat us at
They
Anfield.
still beat us. So it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, after about 10
If
years.
they had good
They're
moments,
very
but like
inconsistent.
15th, bro. It's
15th.
embarrassing. That's cringe. That's not even embarrassing. That's cringe.
Anything like
Bro.
that. Yeah, I mean,
And lose to Spurs in the final. That's like, you're not even doing God's work at that point. You're doing like Shaitan's work
Lose
at
to
that
Spurs
point.
in the final. is
Honestly.
crazy.
love it.
All right. I got Napoli here because Napoli obviously won the Scudetto, and they got
They
one
did,
of the
they did,
world's
they did.
best players right now in Scott McSauce. and they're reviving careers.
And
Last
I mean, yeah,
Lukaku.
they've
Terrible in the
Lukaku.
Terrible
Oh,
in the
but you know, they
Yeah, they
won
just
though.
beat
But
Bologna. I think
no,
Bologna
Arsenal
or
will still
Genoa
beat
in the
that
final.
Napoli team though.
Arsenal still beats the Napoli team.
Yeah.
I think for
that
Napoli, like
shows-
this is their
that-
second league in like 40 years or something. So it has to be. It's a decent year
it has
for
to be
them,
decent.
for them, for their
It has to be
expectation.
decent.
But like for top teams in the world, it's sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Because when they came up against the top teams, they couldn't like do anything really.
No, but I feel like as much as I know we're doing this obviously as one big thing, right? But you have to look at it in a context.
I mean, they've
right?
got
Napoli's
two
fine.
trophies this year. They got 2 trophies this year.
Yeah.
They won the Serie A, and they literally just won the Supercoppa against Bologna.
You
2-0.
love your community shields, don't you? You bloody
but they
love
did.
your community shields.
But they did.
That's why you
They
must
did.
give us the rollout.
You know, that's
Facts. They did. They did.
No,
And
they
they won
did.
it
They
convincingly.
did. And it's not like we're talking
I
about
know.
like Juventus. We're talking about a smaller team, you know. So it's good for them.
Would you say they're above
Where
us?
do we
I would
put
say
them
they're
now?
above us. I would say above
Yeah,
us.
because they won the league.
Yeah.
They won the league, and it's not easy for them to do it. And they made McTominay look like one of the best.
I would
midfielders
say
in
the
the world.
Serie A, in all honesty, there. Like I don't know if this is a hot take. But I think the
Bro, the Serie A is firing.
is the
bro.
most
It is
competitive
firing
league
right
in the
now.
past five
It is
to 7
firing.
years.
Firing
Because
right
they're
Yeah.
all mid.
really
bro.
can't tell
That's
the
the
winner.
reason. It's not because they're all great. It's because they're all mid.
Both of
The
your
quality of
lives,
football,
both of your
the
lives.
quality of the quality of football has really, really diminished there because the moment they come against the big boys, it's like, ish, it's a
Yeah.
flop.
But it's
Bro, it's
entertaining. You
literally
never know
when
who's
you
gonna
go
win.
on the field with the Serie A team, it's time to battle. They're not even worried about the football. It's more about
Yeah.
battling,
Blood,
the
blood,
actual
sweat, and
game.
tears. Blood, sweat, and tears.
But I don't want to
Who's
talk.
next?
I don't want to talk too much because we're playing them on the final game week of the Champions League away in Napoli, where we might need a win
Bro,
to get
the
somewhere in the Champions League. So
atmospheres.
I'm not going to talk too much
Atmosphere
back.
cook. Bro, we love you in South Africa. Away. Much love.
Yeah. Much love. So Napoli, I think having them between Chelsea and Arsenal is fair enough. So I think that's
Yeah.
it's a decent spot to put them. Okay, there was a lot of heated debates going on between Hamza and Nikhil about Barcelona, right? And obviously, Real Madrid is the next team. I don't know if there's going to be a similar energy or if there's going to be more agreements between you all two. Where would
I
you put
think
Real Madrid?
I think bin the season, personally. I think bin the season. If you talk about contextually, Mbappe had to score 30 goals, and they were nowhere closer in La Liga. Then this year, they're almost getting their new manager sacked. They're losing games here, there, and everywhere, right? Like, yes, they beat Barcelona in the Clasico, but it's just not been good enough, to be honest, from Real Madrid. Their 2025 has been terrible. I think their 2026 would be great. They could go far in the Champions League, but we're talking about the here and now. And also, in the Club World Cup, the embarrassing performance they put on against PSG, you can't forget. That was embarrassing. For me, I'd say bin the season, bin the year.
Yeah, I think. Look, I was between right at the bottom of sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Only because if we're not taking trophies into this as well, and we're taking log positions, I mean they are second, and I think they did finish second again.
Second in La Liga is like
100%. That's
It's
my
cup
other
chair, bro.
point. Is
That's cup
win
chair,
of the
yeah.
season there as well. Is with the players that they have.
chair.
This time bringing Mbappe into foot with Vinny and freaking Jude Bellingham, PRFC, and all of them together. I mean, they expected more. They expected to fight more in the front. Then they get cheeks clapped. So, yeah, it's I would say burn of the season as well.
Do you know what's even more crazy about that though? People actually wanted Vinicius to win the Ballon d'Or.
This year?
Yeah. Did you not see that?
Yeah, there was a big
No.
debate about him. They wanted.
Bro, it was a
Yeah.
massive debate.
Oh, you mean when Rodri
Yeah.
won it?
No, this season.
No, this year
This year, bro.
it was crazy. They said Vinny was robbed,
That's even
and
more crazy.
why was
It's the first
Rafinha?
Bellingham,
Then they
and
were
then
talking
it was
about why Rafinha was higher than Vinny and all of that, and I'm like, bro, Rafinha was
Vinicius
cooking.
actually put a post out that he won't be attending the Ballon d'Or and like some crying emojis and some shit.
Mm.
Like that,
It's
Are you
crazy.
sure that wasn't the year before? Are you sure that's this year?
bro. No, bro, it was this year.
Wow, that's
The year before was when he made the post about saying I will work even harder to come back and this and that
Yeah.
or whatever, and I won't forget. So, but he likes the attention every year, you know. Sad.
Yeah, no, but I do agree with Hamza. I think
Yeah, but the season with the expectations that people had and what they did, yeah. Phew.
Bro, even when we played Madrid in that quarterfinal, they were like remontada. They closed the stadium, this, that, and then Liverpool got smacked.
Yeah, they just weren't good. They weren't good. I know Carlo Ancelotti had them playing terrible football, but Xabi Alonso's doing the same now. You know, so.
But you know, this
terrible,
goes back to what Ancelotti. It's the same with Ferguson. I know Ferguson is one of the best managers, but they don't have tactics, bro. There's no tactics in place. It's just you do that, and go play, bro.
You have the world's best
literally
footballers.
came out and said the same thing, bro.
Yeah, you have the world's best footballers. You know, they can actually pull rabbits out of the hat because they're literally the best footballers in the world. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Shout out Mbappe though. Shout out Mbappe. He still pulled trees last year.
Yeah, no, fair enough. The next club is Newcastle United. Obviously, winning their first trophy in about 55 years or something like that.
70 years.
70 years. Madness.
Yeah,
55
was the year I think they won it last. Yeah,
70 years, and they made top 4.
Wasn't it 70 years for English trophy, but 55 in like all? I think they won like some European trophy.
I mean, they won the Fairs Cup, but I don't think people count.
The Fairs Cup, yeah, they don't count it anymore. To be fair,
but they broke it. They broke it. Come on,
they broke the curse. And I mean, Newcastle is a club that we saw coming on the rise, like from 2023 already. Like, you know, they were already like starting to compete with the big dogs and stuff. Obviously, winning the trophy is one thing, but also I think it's Champions League football, if I'm not mistaken, in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that Newcastle United also, you know, it's a big thing. Yeah. Contextually, I would say if we were putting more than one team in goated year, they would be also in the goated year thing. But would you put them now above Barcelona or above Chelsea?
No. I mean, don't get it twisted. They had a great year, right? But they played from April till honestly like September, October. They played shit. They played absolutely horrible football. For me, it's sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. They only just got across the line in the Premier League to make Champions League. Only just. They were playing Everton at home on the last game of the season. Played absolutely terribly. Lost that game. Right. Yeah. At the start of this season, they've struggled without Isak, and their forwards have just been absolutely terrible. I know Volter's been good, but
didn't Newcastle need some mathematical results to go their way for them to finish 4th? I think.
Yes. So basically, they needed Chelsea to beat Forest, and then they needed United to beat Villa, and United somehow beat Villa because Villa completely bottled it. Bottled it.
I remember.
Away at United.
Expected.
Yeah, exactly. So completely bottled it. But obviously, they broke the curse for 70 years. Not Spurs,
that's a big
18 years, 70 years. And I'm like, bro, people on my street were crying. People I genuinely know were crying. Like when I went to the parade, like old women and men who couldn't walk were crying. Like it was that big of a thing that happened, right? So it's great, and maybe we should put it. Maybe a decent is okay, but as in like, first of all, it's a Carabao.
They'll probably put the bottom of decent in all honesty.
Yeah. Maybe, but like they played so badly over the last 4 months. I'm kind of like, do they really like? Yeah, they broke it.
That's what I would be important.
I think that's a bottom of it. I think because of
here's the question. There might be a controversial one. Which trophy holds more weight, a Carabao Cup or Europa League?
Carabao Cup.
Europa League, bro.
Europa League. You're versing teams
because
outside
Carabao
of
Cup,
your...
they beat Liverpool in the final. Played Arsenal in the semi-final.
No, but it's stating just a trophy, not a fixture. But just a trophy.
Yeah. Because the level of opposition is so much higher, in my opinion, in the Carabao Cup.
No, but I would think maybe in the Conference League, you kind of don't know.
The Europa League.
Yeah.
In the Europa League, I don't think the quality is as high because you're playing the best teams in England, right?
I don't know.
And they smoked Arsenal. They smoked Liverpool in the final as well. You know, it's just our friend Federico Chiesa who came off the bench to give us a bit of a scare. You know, obviously off the bench he was good. If he started, he wouldn't have been that good. Livramento had Salah in his pocket. Dan Burn was unbelievable from a corner. Isak got caught to Liverpool because of that one game. So yeah, those are all things that happen. But don't buy the phone, buy the charger as well. Just need to add that.
I definitely think they had a better season in Spurs because of the league position as well. But I think the Carabao Cup isn't bigger than the Europa League. in my opinion.
Fair
Because when
enough.
you win that trophy, when you win the Carabao Cup, you qualify for the Conference League. So yeah.
Yeah, but you play harder teams.
Yeah, but I get
but
that.
that's just-
But in terms of this season, Newcastle
Nobody
better
is
than Spurs, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put it bottom of decent though. And then the last team, Crystal Palace. Talking about ending droughts. There wasn't ever really a drought if it never rained before, is it? If it never
Freaking
rained
teams,
before,
yeah.
Oh, that's a bar, bro. That's a bar.
The teams, yeah.
Oh, 150 years, I think, was their existence, if I'm not mistaken. More or less, within the 150 years. And then they finally win, not just the Carabao Cup, they went on to win the FA Cup. What's that? The oldest domestic trophy in world football.
Yeah, they smoked Villa in the semis. They beat City confidently in the final. It was really, really good performances in both. I mean,
And
Dean Henderson should have been sent off. But, yeah,
I think,
And the
and the community, yeah, and the community
shit,
shield.
bro.
so I
Forgot about
think
that.
so we think they have to go into decent, but do you think you put them between Napoli and Arsenal?
Yes, I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
above Napoli.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think
either
between
between
Napoli
Napoli
and
and
Arsenal,
Arsenal or above Napoli, because Napoli did win the league. But
I think the league is harder to win than the FA Cup. In my
Okay,
opinion.
I think,
And,
yeah.
like,
I think the kill spot.
I think in between Napoli and Arsenal.
yeah, is what I would do. But if
Okay, boys. Anything you want to reshuffle there?
I think
Can
we
Man
shouldn't have
United go
7
lower?
teams in decent. Yeah, I
Man
think
United
7
go
of those
lower?
shouldn't be in one. Maybe we create another higher tier, or put some of these lower decent tiers into sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Let's
What
do
if
it. Let's do a
underneath
good.
underneath
Yeah,
decent? You
right.
should put underneath decent. Maybe put mud, like you are mud.
Because I put in it.
But I think this is more right. I think this one here will be like good year, like
What did
good
I
year.
say? I said top class, go to
Decent.
season, top class, decent. So
Oh, world class. Normally it's world class and then goated. Those
Yeah.
are doing FIFA difficulties.
But I think there's only one team that goes there, though.
Yeah, that's just
Barca.
that's literally Barcelona.
Barca, yeah.
I would say Liverpool as well.
No,
Liverpool,
no,
Liverpool
because you got to take
decent,
into
bro.
account everything else apart from the league.
Yeah.
Shit, I
You
just
got
said
to take
Liverpool.
into account
decent.
everything else. And then maybe
we
one in
can't- we
between
can't go in
decent,
world
sometimes
class,
maybe good.
bro.
Maybe put mid. Maybe put mid in between decent
Mid.
and sometimes maybe
Yeah,
good.
who's gonna go in mid? You put
Arsenal, Bayern,
Bayern.
Bayern, and Newcastle.
No, Newcastle mid. Trophy and top 4.
We'll put
Well,
Newcastle,
maybe
man.
keep
I
them
think
in decent then. But we can't have so many in decent.
Yeah,
I think it's a
just-
top
No,
half.
I think Arsenal, Bayern.
I think
No,
Chelsea.
not not Chelsea, bro. What are you talking about?
He's
The hell-
this
pissing
guy's
me off
got-
now.
This guy's letting power get to his head, bro, because he's got the clicker. He thinks he could pull this nonsense.
I legit think this is
Where-
sharp. I think maybe
Where are
Bayern
you
top.
from? I'm from Merseyside.
Yeah.
I'm from the bookie side of Birmingham.
Like, I think
Nah, bro.
Boomer.
Get Chelsea back up
trophies
there.
that they won.
What the hell are you talking about? This is such a Premier League.
Trophies that they won
This
in
is
the
a Premier League
context-
fan thing to
context
do.
also.
What the hell are you talking about? Get Chelsea out of this.
What the
Because Chelsea were
hell?
above Palace and Newcastle. Now they're below them. What the hell is this?
Get out of here.
You're bonkers,
Yeah.
bro. We're world champions. Nobody else on this list can say that.
I would say Napoli had a decent year then.
I think put Napoli in that list and then put Newcastle or Palace down one.
Nah, but Newcastle can't be mid, bro. Like, it's mid
Well,
compared
maybe
like,
not
if
mid,
Liverpool
maybe
won the
like-
Carabao Cup. If
Okay,
Liverpool won the
but-
Carabao Cup,
okay.
if Chelsea won the
Okay,
Carabao Cup, but Newcastle won it.
I think just leave it at this, bro. Just leave it at this.
I think this is fine.
I think decent's such a cop out though, in my opinion. I think decent's such a cop
Yeah,
out.
but
I think it's more down to the story, bro, of winning the Carabao Cup after like 70 years.
yeah. You have to look at it contextually because the Carabao Cup is like a nothing cup for the big teams. But for Newcastle, like you said, people are crying.
And even though
Yeah,
they
it's
scraped
huge.
top 4, they still finished in top 4 to qualify for Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, they did it. No matter how they did it, but they did it. So, yeah. But yeah, that's
I think this is accurate. I think this is accurate.
Yeah,
a second.
I'm happy.
So I'll screenshot this and post it on the Insta. And then all of us should just repost it also.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys and girls, what a live this was. Sorry, I never got to some of the YouTube comments. I was busy, obviously, managing the board. I see some people say bro speaks in cursive. I don't know who that was aimed towards. All of us spoke. I don't know who that was. Man United go to the year. Probably just some banter there. Adam Aubrey, our boy Hamza, said he basically did us. Hope you guys had a great year. Yeah. And then just some other stuff also. All due respect, Liverpool is not decent. Oof. Controversial. Okay.
Support.
Yeah. This is our last show, by the way, for 2025.
Yep, guys.
The live obviously was doing well for a large amount of time. I think the city had like 60 for like majority. I would say
we had then we had like 90 as well, almost 100, and then it was like
stage,
consistent about 60, 50, and then I think people went to sleep.
Yeah, we did chat for, but the live is going for an hour and 25 minutes. But that's fair. Make sure if you're still watching to follow this account, Prem de la Creme. This is where we're going to be doing our lives from now on.
Show it love.
Show it love. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. Instagram also at Prem de la Creme Pod. So make sure you follow that as well. That's where we're going to be posting. If you guys are watching the entire show on TikTok, make sure you follow the Insta because that's where I'll post the tier list. Okay? Make sure you follow that. And I hope you guys have a solid end to your 2025. I think there's about a couple hours left. 24 hours, I think. Or 48 hours. 48 hours, what I'm speaking.
48, yeah.
Oh, where you staying, bro?
Yeah, I was about to be like, are you from the future? Can you tell us the scoreline already for the games that happened?
I'm from Cape Town. So, two different places. Okay, guys.
I see you
signing off. Signing off. Max Saeed, Hamza TFE, and Singer the Cop. Signing off.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Shut up.
Hamza, let us know how many